We are following breaking news tonight as we come on the air here at 5. Louisville Metro Police late this afternoon releasing body camera footage of two separate officer-involved shootings from late last year. Hello, everybody, and thank you for joining us. I'm Doug Proffitt.
And I'm Connie Leonard. Our Conroy Deluche and photojournalist Jessica Farley are walking us through both incidents and what happened leading up to the gunshots. Conroy?
Yeah, this all was released less than 2 hours ago. And a warning, these videos can be hard to watch and to listen to. Now, the first video we're going to show you dates back to December 19th. The footage is from Bardstown Road, where Officer John Heisler fired gunshots. But about an hour before that, police say Winthrop Taylor carjacked an SUV in Bashford Manor, and that just before 12:30 a.m., fired gunshots at an apartment complex and later at a Speedway gas station. Both of those were in J-Town. LMPD says Taylor chased someone from that Speedway all the way back to Bardstown Road near the Gardner Lane Shopping Center. The video you're seeing right now is where LMPD officers had pulled a different car over, and we've frozen it because at 12:34 a.m., you're going to see both SUVs enter the frame, followed by loud honking and gunshots. Officer Nicholas Fisher did shoot back, and that driver, Winthrop Taylor, and the other SUV drove off. Police ordered the driver, who stayed behind, as you see right there, they ordered him out of his car. That man told officers he was trying to escape Taylor's when he pulled up to the Gardner Lane Shopping Center. The unnamed driver was shot in the arm, but at this point, it's still unclear whether an LMPD's officer's bullet hit that man or not.
We will work with the medical team to see if we can recover any of the projectiles from his arms, and if we are able to cover those projectiles, compare those to the weapon of the subject that we recovered, as well as the officer's weapon, and potentially with those determinations, we could determine if he was shot by either or.
The man who was shot that you see here was eventually transported to a hospital. LMPD says that he has not been named and he is not facing any charges. Later on that morning, police say that Taylor later carjacked another vehicle, eventually got tracked down by LMPD, then hid in the crawl space of an apartment complex until he was arrested just after 7 a.m. He has been arraigned on several charges, including attempted murder of an officer. Now, let's show you what happened in the other police shooting from that week. This was the day before, on December 18th, in the Russell neighborhood on West Chestnut Street. LMPD says that a shot spotter device detected gunfire in an alley behind Chestnut between 23rd and 24th Streets. Officers arrived just after 11 a.m. and did find a man outside. LMPD says that man told the officers he had a gun.
Put your hands up! Put your other hand up! Put your other hand up!
Now, we chose to freeze the video before the suspect, identified as Asa McNeely, was shot by Officer John Heisler. Now, here's a screenshot from LMPD showing a close-up of McNeely grabbing at his waistband. Moments later, more backup from LMPD arrived, and the suspect was taken to the hospital. In the footage, you will see police pull a gun out from near McNeely. Now, McNeely is still in critical condition and faces multiple charges, including wanton endangerment. Both officers involved in those incidents are on administrative leave, which is LMPD department policy. In Louisville, Conroy Deluche, WHAS11 on your side.
Conroy, thank you. As a reminder, we'll continue keeping you up to date on these stories on air and online. The best way to stay up to date with us around the clock, the latest breaking information, is to download the free WHAS11 app on your smartphone.
New tonight, a man is dead after a house fire in southern Indiana, according to the Monroe Township Fire Department. It happened yesterday around 5 o'clock on Spieth Road in Henryville, Indiana. Now, that fire was believed to have been in the garage, but when crews arrived to the house, it was nearly engulfed in flames. According to Chief Jared Phillips, the man who died went back inside to save a family dog. The Tri-Township Fire Departments helped with the fire. The Indiana State Fire Marshal is investigating.
Now tonight to the story the world is watching. Venezuela's president telling a federal judge in New York late this morning that he is innocent and still president of his country.
The ousted leader and his wife both told the court they are not guilty. Both listened as an interpreter translated the arraignment. ABC News has more from the courtroom.
A stunning hearing inside a New York City federal court today as ousted Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro faced the judge alongside his wife, Cilia Flores. Both charged in a 4-count indictment, prosecutors accusing Maduro and his co-defendants of working with drug traffickers in Colombia and Mexico to move tons of cocaine into the U.S. over the past 25 years. In court, Maduro shackled and speaking through a translator, saying, "I'm innocent, I'm not guilty, I am a decent man, I am still president of my country." Maduro and his wife both pleading not guilty to charges that carry a maximum sentence of life in prison if convicted.
What the government is alleging is that Maduro used the government of Venezuela to execute on this drug conspiracy.
Both obtaining U.S.-based attorneys, Maduro hiring Barry Pollock, who previously represented Julian Assange. Neither requesting bail, so they were taken back to the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn, where they'll be held. The attorney for Cilia Flores says she was seriously injured with a potentially fractured rib after that dramatic capture over the weekend, when Maduro and Flores were taken by U.S. forces from their compound in Venezuela in the middle of the night. Outside court today, dozens of protesters from both sides gathering. At one point, the NYPD separating the two dueling groups. And inside court, someone yelling in Spanish, "You will pay in the name of Venezuela." Maduro responding, "I am a prisoner of war. I will be free." Now, the next court date is set for March 17th. The judge saying that he's open to receiving bail applications in the future. In Lower Manhattan, Brina Roy, ABC News.
After the arraignment, the Venezuelan Vice President Delcy Rodriguez was sworn in as the interim leader to lead the country right now after the Venezuelan Supreme Court described it as, quote, Maduro's kidnapping.
President Trump has said that repeatedly the U.S. is in charge of the country. That statement by the president causing major questions today about what role in that the U.S. will play in governing Venezuela. And just hours later, though, Trump's Secretary of State Marco Rubio suggested the U.S. will not govern the country of more than 31 million people, instead suggesting they will pressure Venezuela with a military blockade on oil leaving the country.
Well, Venezuela is home to the largest oil reserves in the world, and President Trump now saying he wants complete access to it.
We need total access. We need access to the oil and to other things in their country that allow us to rebuild their country.
Meantime, there's pushback from Donald Trump's own party. Republican Congressman from Kentucky Thomas Massey writing online, quote, "Wake up, MAGA. Venezuela is not about drugs. It's about oil and regime change. This is not what we voted for."
Well, here at home, we got a nice day out there, nice sunshine and warmer temperatures.
I was thinking, Connie, it's almost like Christmas week all over.
Yeah,
you know, so warm. Going to be what, near, Austin is with us here, filling in for Mallory tonight. Going to be what, near 70 toward the end of the week. And then everybody, I had people ask me today, where's the snow? It's a big question right now.
Yeah, that happened a year ago, I've been told, where we got a whole lot of snow. Not the case this time. And pushing 70, that's pushing our luck, really. I'm not expecting quite that warm of a temperature come Friday, but it is going to be much warmer than average. It already is here in Kentucky. And we got a mild evening ahead of us, a nice one to get out and enjoy. But we are tracking rain that'll be moving in, so you'll want to do it sooner rather than later, even if it is going to be warmer beginning Thursday and Friday. What a lovely shot from our U of L Health camera in Scottsburg. The camera specifically brought to you by Indiana University Southeast. It's a beautiful day across Kentuckiana as a whole. We've dropped out of the 60s here in Jefferson County, though Shepherdsville right at the 60-degree mark. We're going to cool down fairly quickly in Paoli at 54 degrees, 58 here in Louisville, 56 in LaGrange. It's also been a bit breezy out there. Nothing actionable, but up to 10 miles per hour in a few locations. And we do have that cloud cover overhead. We're going to continue to see that this evening. Details on the rain chances on the way coming up in my full forecast.
Thanks, Austin. Well, residents have returned to St. Catherine Court in Old Louisville after they were evacuated for about a week due to an electrical fire. The maintenance team actually had to go out of state to get a part to fix the central wiring. And Louisville Metro Housing owns and operates the building, and a similar issue actually happened about 1 year ago.
WHAS11's Travis Breeze is talking to the residents to see how they are feeling now, and the maintenance team, which went 4 states away on New Year's Eve.
The Louisville Metro Housing Authority offered to put each of the roughly 150 residents here either in a hotel or give them a ride to a friend or family member's house. I talked to a few residents on Monday who say they actually enjoyed the last week and are very thankful to the work of the maintenance team.
If you are in apartment 5th floor on up, please come down to sign for your gift card.
The residents of St. Catherine Court are back and getting rewarded for their week away from home.
Gift cards, hotel, staying with families, and you don't have to pay your rent for January or February if you go with family.
Joy White, a 15-year resident, got that rent relief. Others, like Doris Mukes, chose the hotel.
It was gorgeous. I slept in a king-size bed.
There were no injuries in the electrical fire, as it was confined to the basement. The residents would have been gone over a week if 2 maintenance supervisors didn't travel to Minneapolis on New Year's Eve to get a specific part.
It was faster to go get it than it would to be to get shipped here.
Mike Peebles and Joe Hamilton flew 2 hours to the Twin Cities and then drove back 11 hours with the new parts.
Well, the parts are at a certain size, and I guess getting through TSA would be pretty difficult getting those parts to the airport.
Are you thankful to the maintenance staff?
Of course.
The Housing Authority says it needs more federal investment in these aging buildings, but for now, they'll celebrate the quick fix over the holidays.
I was on vacation, so I said, you know what can I do to help? And then when I got the call to go help get the part, I just jumped on the opportunity.
In Old Louisville, Travis Breeze, WHAS 11 on your side.
The director of the Metro Housing Authority, Elizabeth Strojan, says they're doing an assessment of critical building systems in this building and a few others.
Yeah, she says that assessment is meant to ensure that these issues don't happen again in the future.
By the way, applications open tomorrow for the Commonwealth's Low-Income Home Energy Assistance Program. It is known as LIHEAP. To qualify, households must fall at or below 150% of the federal poverty guidelines. Applicants will need documents like your Social Security number, proof of your income, and utility bills. Benefits are available on a first-come, first-served basis until March 27th or until the money runs out. To apply, we've got a link for you on our website. In the links mentioned in newscast story, look for that tab.
Coming up, the vice president's Ohio home is vandalized. Authorities saying a person is now in custody for that crime.
And you see your Kentucky Lottery jackpot numbers right now. Mega Millions sitting at $180 million. Powerball, $86 million.